BTRRunnerMeeting.com. Here we go. All righty. It is May 10th. It is about 5:50 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm Luis Escobar. And this meeting is for the Born to Run Ultramarathon Extravaganza 2024. And we are going to take about 30 minutes or so and answer questions and take suggestions and get ready to do this thing. Let me start by saying thank you all. I want to thank all of you that have trusted us and registered to come out onto the ranch and spend the week with us out there. We're very, very excited. I want to say thank you to all of the volunteers and Michelle Evans and Bobby Wapple and everybody that's been involved with coordinating volunteers. I think we have over 100 people that are volunteering to participate or to make this thing happen. Michelle, before I get too deep into this, can you talk anything? Do you have anything to say about volunteers? What's the status?
Yeah, just thank you. Like you said, there's over 100. There's actually like 130 volunteers. So this is a huge event. It takes a lot of hands, but a lot of hands make light work, right? I've got no real instructions other than what's been emailed out, but check in and make sure you check in with Brenda at Main Camp Aid as soon as possible, right after you get in, and she's got a present for you. And that's all I really got. But I will stick around for questions and answers at the end, but nothing specific for right now.
Excellent. Does anybody have any questions about volunteering? Okay, well, let's get right on this thing here. So the Born to Run Ultramarathon is happening next weekend, right? May 18th, the week of May 18th, 2024. As you know, we have a whole lot of things going on that week. We've got a 4-day run that is going to start Wednesday at noon. We added a 3-day run this year that's going to start Thursday at noon. We have the 100-mile endurance run that starts at 6 p.m. on Friday the 17th, 6 p.m. on Friday the 17th. And then the 10-mile, 20-mile, and 30-mile, all of those runs are going to start right at 7 a.m. on Saturday the 18th. Let's talk a little bit about the ranch itself. I don't own the ranch. Sometimes people think that I somehow own this gigantic ranch. I don't. We rent the ranch. So your entry fees, your camp dues that you pay when you arrive, that is what goes for us. That is how we rent the ranch. Because we're renting this incredible place, it's very important that we respect the property. It's very rare that somebody that owns this amount of property will open it to the public to come and recreate. So this is a real privilege and an honor. I think we've been going there about 13 years now. And so it's very important to me that we meet all of their expectations, the property owners. They are there. They come to the event and you won't recognize them. They're just there hanging out, watching things. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to me and to the event that we are on our best behavior when we're there in terms of respecting the property.
No, it's okay.
In the runner guide that I sent to you is all of the pertinent information that you need getting to the ranch. So that runner guide is available at allwedoisrun.com. There's 2 downloads that are there right now: a participant waiver of release of liability, and then the runner guide. And you should look at that runner guide. It's very, very important. So the directions to the ranch are the first question, and there's no physical address. This makes it very interesting. I've given you a turn-by-turn directions to that ranch in the runner guide. I've also given you the Google Map link. Just click the links and follow. You're going to go about 2.8 miles from the town of Los Olivos. And you're going to be going north on Figueroa Mountain Road, about 2.8 miles. On your right-hand side, there's a gate. And we're going to put one sign on that gate, and it just says the word run with an arrow. You're probably thinking, well, why aren't there balloons and flashlights and thunderbolts? And because the property owners don't want that to be there. So there's just one small sign. So if you don't know how to get there, you're not going to find it. Just click the link and it will take you right there. Go to the town of Los Olivos, California on Highway 154. Get yourself to the corner of 154 and Figueroa Mountain Road and go north for 2.8 miles. Look on your right. You're going to see a sign that says run. There's a big ranch gate. It says no trespassing, do not enter. You can come in. The gate's going to be closed and it's going to appear to be locked. There's a big padlock on the front of the gate. But if you look behind the lock, behind the gate, you'll see that it's just clipped. It's not locked at all. Every year, people panic. They're there at the gate. People even jump the gate and they walk all the way into the camp. The gate's locked. The gate's locked. I'm telling you guys, the gate is not locked. It looks like it's locked. It's intended to look like it's locked. It is not locked. Open the gate, close the gate behind you, clip it again, and you're going to drive up the road for about a quarter of a mile or so to the runner check-in area. You're going to stop there and you're going to check in. You're going to park your car out of the way, off of the road, and walk up to that table. There's going to be people there to greet you. They're going to ask you for $10 per person per day in cash. They're going to ask for your waiver. You can download a waiver right now at allwedoisrun.com. Help us prevent long lines at the runner check-in by printing your waiver in advance, fill it out in advance, and staple a $10 bill to that thing and come to the runner check-in area. Hand all of that to the folks there. They're going to give you your goodie bag. They're going to give you your bib number. They're going to give you a t-shirt. You're going to check in there. And then you're going to be escorted down to the camp. I'm hearing feedback. If you guys could mute yourselves. And it's not because I don't want to talk with you. I very much want to talk with you and I want you to talk with me and ask me questions, but sometimes this ambient sound in the background makes it hard. Okay, so you're going to arrive with this waiver filled out and signed and $10 per person per day. You're going to hand that to the ladies there. We also would like you to show up wearing a cowboy hat. That's kind of a tradition at Born to Run. We've been doing that since the very, very beginning. We're on this ranch and we like to kind of pretend like we're cowboys. So get yourself a cowboy hat. You can buy it at a gas station on the way, or even better than that, our friend Derringer is going to be there from the Brixton Company. This is a new thing for Born to Run. We are going to have cowboy hats and custom hats available for purchase right through Brixton. They're coming with a whole setup. They're going to have a lot of hats, different sizes, different designs, different styles, and they're for you to purchase. And what an awesome souvenir it would be to take home. So come with your waiver, come with your $10, and come with the cowboy hat, or come and buy one from Derringer at Brixton. He'll be there all weekend. Any questions about anything I just said? Directions, arriving at the ranch?
Kind of. It's pre-arriving at the ranch. But for those of us who are driving from far away, is there a nearby area you can recommend for dirt bagging it in the back of your car?
Yeah. So, Miles, you can come to the ranch. This is kind of a confusion. I understand. When you paid for your registration, it might have said 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. So you paid for those many days, but you can pay for more days if you want to. It's $35 for a car. So just camp with us. You don't need to, if you want to camp off campus somewhere, you definitely can. Kachuma Lake is not too far away from the ranch. Flying Flags is an RV resort in Buellton. You could go there, or just come. The move is to come to the ranch. You know, get
So
yourself.
long as I arrive before 8 p.m., it sounds like I can show up at the ranch Tuesday night. That's my
No,
question. Is Tuesday night
Tuesday.
yeah, because I'm driving from Utah. So
Send me a note offline, Miles, and
okay,
I can possibly have a solution for you.
thanks, Louis. I mean, I can always camp at the lake too for that Tuesday night, but yeah.
Shoot me a note. Shoot me a note. Anybody have any other questions about getting to the ranch? Yes.
Yes. For those of us who are doing the 4-day, we
Mhm.
have some crew or pacers coming in either Thursday and or Friday.
Yep.
I'm hoping that we're going to camp on the race, dirt road that's just past the start finish line,
Yep,
somewhere along that first quarter mile, half mile, whatever.
yep,
Will they be able to come in with their car, or do they
Yes.
have to be ferried in?
no, no, they will be escorted in to you. So the best move for you is to, once you establish your camp, come and find me and tell me where you're at, and then when your friends are going to show up. And then I can help get them to you.
So I need to save a parking spot for them and a place to pitch their tent.
Yes. And so do this when you park your car or your tent or your whatever you have, park it perpendicular to the road. I want to make the smallest footprint. Sometimes people come and they park horizontally to the road, And so now this one car and tent is taking up maybe 3 spots. So everybody wants to do what you're doing, Toby. Everybody wants to camp next to the road, and everybody wants their crew to be with them. So we can do that. We could fit a lot of people there if we put the cars in perpendicular to the road. So think about making the smallest footprint that you can.
Yeah, Lewis, I was thinking about actually parking horizontal so that when the other cars come, I can move to perpendicular and there'll be room for them.
Yes, you could try that. The parking attendant people will come over and say, hey, don't do that. And then you're going to say, well,
Okay.
I got my friends
Okay,
coming
as long
in.
as I can save a spot for
Yeah,
a car.
yes,
That's
you
Okay.
you can. And there's so at the way that you're going to park your car, if you park it perpendicular to the road, behind you, there's a big field, so they can slide in right behind you. It can happen, Toby. We do this every year, and
Okay.
it can happen. Get a
Right.
spot, get yourself established there, and then get a hold of me or or Todd at the timing booth and tell him what's going on. And then Todd and I are talking on the radio. I'm kind of hard to get a hold of, honestly. I'm running around like crazy. So you talk to Todd, and then he can relay that information, your location.
Right.
And then I
Thank you.
can let these escorts know.
Thank
And then
you.
they'll bring your friends right to you.
Appreciate it.
How about hammock hanging, Lewis?
Totally. You can do that. So you're going to want to find a spot along the creek where there's lots of trees. And yes, you can definitely do that. Let me say this. I'm going to jump ahead in my presentation here and just say, this time of year in Santa Barbara County, there's a lot of rattlesnakes. And so where you want to put your hammock is going to be where the rattlesnakes hang out also. So it's a dry creek bed, and it's like the perfect environment for these rattlesnakes. So the answer is yes. Just be super aware of what's around you if you go into that creek bed. Any piles of wood, beware. And when you're on the race course too, stay on the trail. Most of the trail is, there's enough space that you're going to see a snake. But if you wander off into the tall grass, who knows what you're going to find in there. And as long as we're talking about that, like, I see Shelly with her dog, and, Beverly, my wife, is going to bring our dogs. And, man, I'm just so worried about snakes and dogs. So your dogs are welcome on a leash. And I know you don't like that. Now, we don't like that either. We're off leash people, but our insurance and our agreement with the ranch is that dogs are cool, but they need to be on a leash. And just keep an eye on your dogs because of these darn snakes. Okay, I just jumped ahead and I'm scaring you guys. I didn't mean to do that part. Any other questions about arriving on the ranch and getting to the ranch?
I have one, Lewis. I did the 50 or the 30 mile last year. I'm going to do the 4-day this year. And my
Oh, boy.
question is there, I'm familiar with the lay of the land.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an area that, in your experience, is a better place to camp?
Yeah. First of all, what kind of a vehicle do you have an RV, a trailer, or are you going to tent
Sprinter
camp?
van. Yeah,
Sprinter van. Okay. Oh, dude, you got it made then. So when you drive into the camp, when you come down the hill, you remember that you come down the hill, and we're going to want to take you to the right and take you beyond the flags and take you out there. We call that the Endurance Village. And all of that's really good. But if you go down the hill and go left
Mhm,
up that canyon, if you want privacy,
mhm.
I would go up that canyon on the left and then park that Sprinter van up there, again, perpendicular to the road. If you want to be crewing yourself far away from everything, if you
Yeah.
want to be closer to the main aid station, let the escorts take you, and you're going to go past the flags. You know what I'm talking about? The flags. Go past the flags, and then park out there in the Endurance Village area.
Gotcha.
Either way, with your Sprinter van, that's deluxe because you could just back that thing right up onto the course.
Yeah. That's what I
So
did last year, but I was a ways away from the flags and from the end. I'd like to be a little closer to it this year, so.
I bet Jerry needs something, but I think she was gonna leave.
I'm gonna, yeah, okay.
Carol, the breakdancing something.
I'm not sure who's talking here. I'm gonna try to mute some people.
Jerry, mute.
Roland, I can't hang out here, but I'm gonna leave the meeting open. I'm sorry, I opened the wrong meeting. That's why it was difficult getting on. I thought it was
That's our
up and
first
running.
problem, brother. We're doing great
but
today.
I figured it out. Anyway, I'll be around.
thank-
I'm just,
Thank you,
Okay,
brother.
thank you.
Okay. I think Carol was gonna lead the meeting for us. It's been a while.
Thanks, Lois. I appreciate it.
Okay, hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
really give you a great answer, but the
No, that was
answer
good,
is,
thanks.
yeah, I would go under the, past the flags and be out there. So when you drop down the hill, go to the right. The escorts will take you out there. If you want solitude, go down and go left.
Nah, I don't want that. I'll have enough of that on the course.
Yeah, for sure,
Cool.
sure.
Thanks, man.
So let's talk a little bit about camping since we're on that subject. We want you to camp. We want you to be there with us. That's sort of the hallmark of the event. That's what makes this thing cool. So if you're in a trailer, a motorhome, an RV, a big structure like that, we have a specific spot where we're going to park those big rigs. And so just when you show up, someone is going to be in a buggy, like in a little quad, and they're going to say, "Follow me." And they're going to have a spot picked out for you. Go to that spot and park there where they ask you to park. If you have a special request, ask them, and they'll do their best to accommodate. But we have a lot of people that all want to do the same thing. You all want to park close to the start finish, and we can do it, but we need you to help us help you. And so just again, if you have a special request, you've been there before, you know where you want to go, just tell those guys and they'll take you there. Otherwise, just follow them in and they'll put you in a good spot. All of the spots are right along the road. They're all right where you want to be. If you're in a tent, they're going to take you down into what we call the Endurance Village. Again, they're going to escort you to the right when you drop down into the camp. And it's all cool. There's not one spot that's better than the other. It's all good. You're going to be with a lot of really, really awesome people. Anybody that's been to Born to Run, that's listening to this, have anything to add to what I've just said? Like, am I missing anything about arriving and camping?
No, I mean, I was a virgin last year only as a volunteer. I'm running the 10-mile this year. And yeah, the arrival is exactly as you said. And it's really easy to find if you read your instructions. And I would agree that the village area, I mean, every place seems cool to camp. So.
Yeah, everybody is cool. That's the thing about Born to Run. You know, we don't advertise this thing at all. And, 600, 700, 800 people show up, all word of mouth. And they're all cool people because it's just like-minded folks. So you're in for a really, really beautiful experience. Here, don't do this. Don't Google Chamberlain Ranch and go to the ranch house. Do not go to the ranch house. If you're on the road and you pull into a driveway and you go, "Oh, it's a ranch house," don't go there. Turn around and get out of there. We do not disturb the property owners, please. It's super important. They're very, very nice people, but we don't want to interrupt them or inconvenience them. Okay. Let's talk about the schedule of events. We don't need to go through this point by point. You can go onto the runner guide and see all of these things. The camp opens Wednesday at 8 a.m. So you're welcome to show up at Wednesday at 8 a.m. Again, you paid for 1 day or 2 days or 3 days or 4 days. You can add more days. It's $35. Simple as that. Nobody, you can come when it's convenient for you, but just be prepared for that. So the gate opens at 8, not before. If you show up before, don't come in. Wait until 8 o'clock. Also, do not camp at the gate. Sometimes people are like, well, I'm going to arrive Tuesday night. I'll just sleep right here at the gate. But that's against the rules. It's against our agreement with the property owner. So please don't do that. That'll get me in some big trouble. So just show up at 8 o'clock, open the gate, close the gate, drive up to Runner Check-in. We'll take you to a cool spot, promise. At about 11:30 on Wednesday, we're going to have a runner meeting for the 4-day runners. And heck, I think we've gotten about 90 people in the 4-day. And then the 4-day is going to start at 12 p.m. on Wednesday. Okay. 4 p.m., our friend Patrick Sweeney is going to do his poetry. It's Quiet Reflections with Patrick Sweeney at 4 p.m. at the main stage. Bring 4 beers and an open heart, and we're going to change your life. I'll bring a cowboy hat also. 4 o'clock. And then at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, runner check-in closes and the gate closes. So no entry after 8 p.m. Unfortunately, we have to have a security person there now. So that security person is going to secure the gate and no one can come in after 8. You can leave, you just can't come back after 8. And those of you that have been on the property before, I hope that this makes you feel more secure. It makes me feel much more secure. In previous years, the gate was just open and people are just coming in and we don't even know who these people are. And so it was kind of scary. We're out running and camping and sleeping, and then there's just strangers are coming in. So that's why we have to close the gate now. So 8 o'clock, 8 to 8. Thursday, same deal, 8 o'clock. The gate opens, 9 o'clock. We're going to be doing Born to Flow yoga with Genesia. I think she's on the call. And that's going to be about 9 o'clock. And then we'll have a meeting for the 3-day. And then the 3-day will start at noon. Going to have our annual wine tasting party up at Runner Check-in. Bring a bottle of wine. Come on up. 2 o'clock. It's kind of early to be drinking wine, but well, it's your day off. So let's do it. 4 o'clock, you meet Patrick Sweeney again down at the camp. 5 o'clock, we have a margarita party. It's sounding like Thursday's a lot of drinking opportunities, but you don't have to do any of that, but it's available if you want to. And then we have live music with Adam Lopez. You guys, if you don't do anything this weekend but see Adam Lopez, it's going to be worth everything. Adam Lopez is a professional studio musician from Nashville, Tennessee. These type of musicians, they travel around and make themselves available sometimes, and Adam has agreed to play on the ranch. You've heard his music, you just don't know it. You've heard his music a lot, and you just don't know it. You're going to see him live and in person at 6 o'clock on Thursday. There's also a surprise on Friday. I'll tell you in a minute. Thursday, the gate closes at 8. Any questions about Wednesday and Thursday? Okay. Friday's going to look the same. The gate opens at 8, closes at 8, and then all kinds of activities. We're going to, Friday's going to be a Tarahumara Day. We're going to have a man named Makawi. He's a shaman. He's not a runner. He's a shaman, an actual indigenous Tarahumara shaman. He's a poet, he's a musician, and he's going to spend Friday and Saturday with us. You're going to meet him. You're going to meet Marcos Vargas and Elena Rios. We're going to see a land acknowledgement, a blessing of the runners and a land acknowledgement. You're going to learn about the Peace and Dignity Run. At 2 o'clock, we're going to have a Mas Loco family reunion. And if you're a Mas Loco, you know what I'm talking about. If you're wondering, am I a Mas Loco? You're not. People that are, they know. And so we're all going to get together at 2 o'clock. Everybody is more than welcome to be there, but we're going to take a family portrait of all of the Mas Locos. And then we're going to do a parade around the camps. And then we're going to go back and we're going to see Patrick at 4 o'clock and do the junior varsity beer mile. I'm sorry, the varsity beer mile on Friday. The 100-mile is going to start at 6 o'clock on Friday. And then at 7 o'clock, live music with Morgan Field Burnett. And this man is amazing. I discovered this man on the streets in Santa Barbara about 2 years ago. And he's a musician and he lives in his van. And I bought him a cup of coffee and I didn't know him. He just looked interesting. And I started talking with him, found out he's a musician. I said, "Are you homeless, man?" He goes, "No, I'm not homeless. I live right here. I live right here in this van." Like, oh. And he came out and he played at Born to Run last year on Friday night with his band, and it just blew the doors off of the ranch. Get yourself to Morgan Field Burnett, 7 o'clock on Friday. The gate's going to close at 8. Morgan Field's going to play all night long. Someone's saying he was amazing. He was and he is amazing. We're so fortunate to have the music that we have coming this year. Saturday, the gate is going to open at 4 a.m. The 30, the 20, and the 10-mile will start at 7. Get yourself to Born to Adapt. It's going to start at 10 o'clock. Our friend Zachary Freely, this is his event, and it's specific for adaptive athletes. And not only come and watch it, come and participate. Some of these athletes need your help. They might need you to push them, pull them, carry them. This is one of the most important things that we do at Born to Run. Try to be there 10 o'clock and meet Zachary and some of these athletes. I think he's got 20 people that are coming from all around the country. It's a very special thing that Zachary does. At 9 o'clock on that day, we're going to do the 10-mile awards and then Born to Adapt start. And then 10:30, the 20-mile awards, and 10:45, the 30-mile awards. Any questions about any of that stuff? I know I'm talking a lot. Keep talking? Okay. You know what? I'm not going to read all of these times. Just go to the runner guide and all the activities are there. And there's always surprise activities that are going to happen. Get yourself to the main camp by noon and bring a lawn chair and be ready to play some games and watch some real silliness. It's going to be awesome. I'll answer the trail condition questions in a sec here. Saturday is super special because Patrick and Samantha are going to get married. I think there's 3 people that have been to every single Born to Run. My wife, Beverly, myself, and Patrick Sweeney. This event is important to Pat. It's important to Samantha. She's been our main camp aid station coordinator for many years. And they decided to get married and they're going to do it at Born to Run. So everyone's invited. 5, be there around 5. And it's going to be a wedding. It's going to be a wedding. And then there's going to be a wedding reception and live music with Brass Mash from San Luis Obispo. They are wild, wild. You're going to like it. Gate's going to close at 8 o'clock on Saturday. Sunday morning, course closes at noon. We need to get everything cleaned up and get the heck out of there. So ideally, you guys are packed up. Take all your trash with you. Take all of your stuff. And by 1 o'clock, everybody should be off the ranch. Okay? That's the schedule. I can talk about the course now if you want. You want to hear that? Yeah? Okay.
Yes, that would be great.
Okay. All right. Think of a figure 8 that meets in the center. The Born to Run course is 2 10-mile loops that meet in the center. And the center is the main camp. You hear me keep talking about main camp. The course is 100% dirt. It's ranch roads and single track trail. You can see the course map on the runner guide. Click on the CalTopo link and you'll see it. Each lap starts and finishes at the middle, at the main camp. which means you're going to pass your personal vehicle every 10 miles. So you can crew out of your own car. Of course, we're going to have an aid station for you, but if you have special stuff or whatever, you're going to see your car every 10 miles. The first loop is marked with pink ribbons, and it's marked on your right-hand side. Pink ribbons. Pink is positive. First loop, you're just following pink, pink, pink. You finish your first loop, you go through the timing arch. We record your time electronically. Then you start your second loop. It's marked with yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And then you complete that loop, and then go through the timing arch, and you start pink again. So if you're in the 10 mile, you're going to do the pink loop once. If you're in the 20, you're going to do pink, yellow, and so on. 4-day, 100, 3-day, you're going to do that same sequence for 4 days, 3 days, or 100 miles. Cool? All right.
Sounds great. Quick question, Louis.
Yeah.
As our brains go,
Yep.
and we get confused out there in the trail. Is this a
Yep.
pink lap or a yellow lap and we mess up?
Yep.
What are the consequences? What's going on? It's certainly not going to be on purpose, but
Toby, look at the people on this screen. These are not Olympians. This is not the Olympics. We're out there to have fun. So we want you to do pink, yellow, pink, yellow. But people do get confused, and people, I don't know what the hell lap I'm on. That's the nature of this thing. You paid for professional timing, and we're going to provide that. Someone's going to be up all night long, and they're going to tell you, hey man, you just finished yellow. Now you're going to do pink. And so we'll give you that direction. I've seen people put marks on their bib numbers, like a pink pen and a yellow pen. And when they complete a pink, they put a pink mark. You complete a yellow, they put a yellow mark. That's one way. But the reality is people get mixed up. We're going to do our best to help you not get mixed up, but it happens. Is the course the same as last year? That's the intention, Chris. But, when we show up on Monday, there might be some modifications that have to be made based on weather, erosion, the creek flow, cattle, all of that. But our intention is to do the same course that we've done historically. Toby, did I answer your question okay? All right, perfecto.
What are our odds of running into cattle on trail?
Pretty good. I talked to the rancher a couple days ago. He said he was moving the cattle off to a different area, but you don't know. So you might see cattle, but here's the deal. Just don't worry about it. They're not going to bother you.
Oh no, I was thinking of like petting them, but I mean I won't. But I'm very pro cattle.
Don't touch them, and don't try to take pictures with them. I mean, they're
Okay.
they weigh 2,000 pounds and they'll run you over. So just stay away from them. What you'll see is them eating our markers. They eat ribbons, so that's a big problem with these cows. You'll probably see cows. You'll probably see all kinds of animals, especially at night. There's a lot of frogs, and there's a lot of you might see raccoons, of course, squirrels. If you're lucky, you might see a bobcat. People say that they see mountain lions. I don't know. I think they might be imagining that. You could see bears, but for sure snakes is the big thing. And you're going to see, what does Brenda say? What are the odds of cows running what? I'm trying to read. What are the chances of cows running into us? I don't think so, Brenda. The biggest thing, in terms of hazards, the biggest things are ticks and poison oak and snakes. And there's a lot of poison oak. So just stay on the trail. Don't go wandering off onto the trail, off course. There's a lot of poison oak, especially in the creek beds. And there's ticks all over the place.
And I see Tony in the chat mentioned there's skanks. Does he mean like wayward women or skunks or both?
A skank is like a salamander.
Oh, I thought those were skinks. But yeah, skanks. I'm more familiar with skanks.
But there's probably going to be some skanks too. Are there tips for avoiding ticks? Yeah, stay out of the tall grass. What
Are
do I
there
keep
current
mentioning?
flags every couple hundred yards?
What marker flags?
Yeah, every couple hundred yards, just to make you feel good, like you're not off trail.
Oh yeah, so we try to mark the course line of sight, which means if you're standing at one pink ribbon, you're going to see another one. And if you go more than 90 seconds, that's a minute and a half. That's a long time, even at a walk. If you go 90 seconds and you haven't seen a marker, turn around and go back and find it. I didn't mention this. So we use blue as a negative. So pink is positive, yellow is mellow. So those are two positive markers. So when you're on the pink loop, you're looking for pink, run to the pink. If you see blue, blue is bad. Blue is a negative. Stop running, turn around, look for the appropriate color, go to it, put it on your left and keep moving. It's a system that we've used for years and we rarely do people wander off the course. When they do, I'll tell you who gets lost. The leaders get lost because they're running really fast with their heads down. And almost always, people that are wearing headphones get lost. They're not paying attention, they can't follow direction, and they get lost. I just ran 10 miles. I'm in Vermont right now, and I just ran 10 miles here on the Blood Root course. And I listened to a book, but I have these bone conducting earphones that go sit on my head. I can hear the sound perfectly, but I can also hear ambient sound around me. Don't put plugs in your ears. That's who gets lost. All the time. I go to a lot of races and I see a lot of runners, and the people that go off course, always with earphones. Okay, we try to do a cupless event. We don't want to throw a bunch of cups away. It's not that we don't want to pay for them. It just seems stupid to be wasting all these cups. All of you are going to get a reusable, collapsible cup from our friends at Hammer Nutrition. These things are expensive. Keep it with you. It doesn't cost you anything to wear it. Pin it onto your shirt and drink out of that cup. Yeah, Joe's got one in his hand. You can see him holding that thing up. They're super lightweight. It's easy to carry. Stick it in your shorts and just run with the thing. So don't look for cups. We probably are not going to have them. The water stations are, well, let's not say that. All of the stations are going to have support. They're all going to have nutrition and hydration. There'll be ice, there'll be water, there'll be commercially packaged foods, Hammer Nutrition products. There's going to be minimal cooked foods on the perimeter aid stations, but at the main aid station, at the start finish area, fully staffed 24 hours a day. They can make you hot water, hot pour over foods like noodles and things like that, oatmeal. There'll be coffee, black coffee, hot chocolate, tea, candies, fruit, pickle juice, sport. There may be some basic cooked foods. It's not a restaurant, you guys. So there might be grilled cheese sandwich, there might be soup, but they're not making pancakes and eggs and all of that stuff. There is food available for purchase each day, I think starting at 7. Any questions about the aid stations and the cupless situation or the course markers?
And when you were having the technical issues Michelle mentioned, there's a porta potty. I'm assuming that's where the aid station is on each loop. Is that right?
Yeah, the aid stations, I'm just going to say, are about 5 miles apart. They're closer than that, but you just plan on 5 miles, okay? And if you're doing 20-minute miles, do that math. You're going to go an hour or so between each aid station. There will be toilets at the 3 aid station locations. They're portable toilets. They're not great. I'm telling you now, bring toilet paper, bring wipes, bring toilet paper, and bring wipes. We always run out, and I always buy a lot, and we always run out. If I was doing this thing, I wouldn't even think about having toilet paper in those dirty portable toilets. I would go in there with my wipes, I'd do my business and get the hell out of there. But there will be an appropriate amount of portable toilets. Anybody that's Born to Run veteran have anything to add about toilets?
Bring
kinda
us.
Yeah. Hey, please don't poop on top of them. Right, Benita?
Yeah,
Hey,
open
hey, I
them.
didn't poop on top of them. We just
No,
cleaned.
you have to clean it up.
Yes, and please don't dump your doggy baggies in there either.
Yeah.
Toilet paper goes into the hole. Nothing else besides your excrement, but don't dump your doggy waste in there. Don't dump whatever you can find in there. It was a mess.
There's going to be, 700 of us living on this property for 4 or 5 days with 40 toilets. So let's respect each other's toilet needs and try to keep those things clean. And as long as we're on the poop subject, do not poop on the trail. Do not leave your toilet paper on the trail. If you got to poop and you're out there, go off the trail a little bit, dig a hole, do your biz, carry out any paper with you, carry a Ziploc bag and some toilet paper and bring it out and throw it away. That's the move. Okay.
Lewis, you mentioned pink flags are on the right. I'm assuming yellow flags are also on the right of the trail.
That's the idea. Yes. We will mark the course runner right. And if that changes, we'll let you know before the start, but that's our normal pattern, runner right.
Thank you.
So think about that. If you're running along and you haven't seen anybody for a long time and you think, I think I'm winning this thing, and the markers are on your left, you're going backwards. And that happens. People show up at the aid station. Did I win? No, the runner's coming the other direction, buddy. Okay. 3-day runners, 4-day runners. There's going to be 24-hour service for you at the main aid station. The 2 peripheral aid stations, Jerry's aid station and Crossroads aid station, there will be support, but not as much. Jerry, when do you intend to be at your location and functioning and ready for business?
I plan to be there and open for the 4-day runners on noon. I should be Tuesday set up, so.
Think about that, guys. Jerry's driving all the way from Oxnard. He's going to sit out there for almost a week on his own, just to support you. And this is an amazing thing that these people do. And we tell him every year, hey, you don't have to be out there that long. And every year he says, no, I'll be there. Those guys need my help. So, thinking about volunteers, these aren't paid staff, you guys. These are some of my closest friends and family. And so treat them kindly. And if there's a problem, and there always is some kind of a problem, before you unload on somebody, just come and talk to me and we'll straighten it out. This is not brain surgery. This is running laps on a dirt ranch. So there's nothing to get upset about, and certainly don't take out anything on these volunteers. I know you won't. The timing is professional chip timing. Our friend Todd will be there from Negative Split. And again, Todd's going to be there for almost a week. He's got a really tough job, and people always go in there and have a conflict with him, especially the 4-day runners. You say you have 15 laps. Todd says you have 12 laps. And then the discussions happen. He's counting this thing electronically. You're counting in your head that's not operating correctly. So, think about it before you lock horns with Todd. He's pretty damn accurate. It's what he does for a living every weekend. He knows what he's doing. He's got a lot of electronics out there following you guys around. Any questions about
Posting it
that?
online for friends and family who can't be there to watch us?
No. So we do not broadcast intentionally. We don't have that. So results
Signal is crap there anyway.
The results will be published about 48 hours after the event. So, don't look for results until maybe Tuesday. And you know what, talking about that and not broadcasting things, have some respect with social media also. It's kind of like what happens at Born to Run stays at Born to Run. We're going to have a lot of fun. There's going to be some silly stuff going on out there. People might do some things that they're might be embarrassed about on Tuesday or Wednesday. And, if somebody's doing something and some weird thing's happening, you don't need to go Facebook Live with that. You don't need to post that. Just the cool thing about Born to Run, we're not hiding. It's not some secret thing, but we're also not inviting the world. This is a little different than, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Those of you that have been there understand. We just kind of keep it to ourselves. You're all going to put pictures on your social, and that's totally cool, but don't put anything up there that's going to compromise the event or it's going to embarrass somebody later on. Does that make sense? The Born to Run experience, if I could say it in just one word, it's just kindness. And so just let's be nice to each other. Awards, we'll have special awards for the first over male and female. Our friends from Luna Sandals, our friend Derringer from Brixton. Brixton is going to be making trophy hats for the first overall male and female in each race. So the winners are going to go home with about a $250 cowboy hat on their head, custom made for them right there on the ranch. It's pretty damn cool. Our friends from Luna Sandals are going to have sandals for winners. All of our sponsors are going to be there supporting the event with prizes for the top 3 in each race. We don't have age group awards, but we do have the top male and female 3 deep. And we're going to have nice award ceremonies. It's going to be really, really nice. Also, the 100 miler is the 30 miler is a RRCA championship event. So the president of the Roadrunners Club of America is going to be there and present awards to the top male and female in the 30-mile run. Actually, it's the 100. I'm sorry. I'm mixing up. They're supporting a couple of races. It's the 100-mile. It's a big deal. And that they're sending the president of the Roadrunners Club of America, the largest, by far, the largest most active running club in the country. And the president is coming to the ranch. Again, pretty stoked. There'll be coffee for purchase. Prescription roasters will be there. There's also the food truck will be there with coffee. It's probably cash only because it's hard for the internet doesn't work very well. So I think if you were in the 4-day and you came with, wanted to spend $10 or $15 a day, that'd be more than enough to get coffee and massive burritos, Mexican food. They are sensitive to specialty diets, so they'll whip you up a vegan meal or a vegetarian meal. Any questions about any of that?
Hey, Louis.
Yes.
There's been some confusion with the $35 camping fee and the $10 running for the participants. Can you just do some clarification on that?
It's simple. So everybody that comes on the ranch is going to turn in a waiver and $10 per person per day. So that's that. With your registration, you paid for 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, or 4 days. If you want additional days, no problem. They're going to ask you for $35. So yes, if somebody shows up, they're not on a list, they didn't sign up for anything, they're going to pay $45. Does that make sense?
If you
Louis,
didn't
I have a
register
question.
for anything.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I have a question about the $10 per day. So if
Yes.
I show up on Friday and I'm leaving on Sunday morning, am I paying for 2 days or 3 days? Are we paying by night? For some reason I can't, that's confusing to me.
Per day. And it's per day. And if you can find a place on the Central Coast where you can camp and have live music and all of these activities for $35, I don't think you're going to find that. So it's a deal. Flying Flags is the campground in Buellton, and I think it's $165 a night.
Oh my God.
So that money pays for the ranch. So we need you to help us with that. I can't do this event without that money. It costs a lot to rent a 8,000 acre ranch for a week. I hope that clarifies it. Any questions? I know it's confusing. I want it to be not confusing.
Hey, Lewis, I have a course question.
Yes, sir.
There's that one creek crossing. I don't remember if it was the yellow or pink loop.
Mhm.
And I believe there was a nice helpful log to keep my feet dry.
Yeah.
They're gonna, should I plan for wet feet or are you gonna be nice to us?
So we have to, that's on the yellow loop, and we have to cross that creek, and there's no bridge or anything like that. When we go out and mark the course, if there is rocks and logs and things, we might place it out there. But I don't know. I haven't been out there yet. And every winter, the complexion changes, especially along Figueroa Mountain Road, along that creek bed. So sometimes it's dry and there's lizards in there. Other times it's flowing, and I think it's flowing right now. So yeah, I can't give you an answer about that yet, but before the race starts, I'll have seen it and I can give you a better answer.
Cool. Just be nice. That's all. That's all I ask.
Okay. Yeah. Any other questions about the fees or the course or the food or the
How
anything?
about ice? Ice.
We haven't made that arrangement to have an ice trailer this year, thinking that it's going to be low temperatures. There is ice for purchase in town at the Solvang Market on Figueroa Mountain Road. Plus, if you go out of the ranch gate, 2.8 miles to the town of Los Olivos, everything is there. There's a liquor store, there's a little market there, everything. If you go into Buellton, which is 6 miles away, there's Albertsons Market, restaurants, everything, Starbucks, the whole spiel. So that's on the corner of 154 and 101. But we will not have ice for purchase this year.
Hey, Luis, I have a question on the trail. So, when you get a chance to check out the trail, would you send us an email about the trail condition?
I can't do that because there's no cell reception there. I'm going to arrive there on Monday night, and then Tuesday morning we start marking. And as we mark, we'll take notes, and we'll have another meeting before the race starts, and we can give you up to the moment conditions. So I know that's not the answer you wanted. Just come prepared for everything and anything.
Plan for the worst and hope for the best.
Right. So markings, right? So I was there last year, and at night it's really hard for me to see, and I had to admit I was lost for a while. Would there be around the turns, would there be better marking for us who wear glasses and to have a better visual?
Well, we'll put reflectors on the ribbons. So if you're wearing a headlamp, you should see a reflector. But we can't, we're not putting lights out there. So yeah, there'll be reflectors. That's the answer.
On all the course of the trail that goes off into a Y, will there be blue ribbons on all of those? So don't go there and go on the other one?
Yep, we put blue as a negative. So if you see blue, stop and turn around. And the positive markers will have reflectors. Most of them will have reflectors, but not all, but most, and especially around turns. Okay, any questions?
Hey, also, Lewis.
Yes.
This is a community party. Like, if you're worried about getting lost in the middle of the night, go with somebody.
Hey, Lewis, it's Scott. I have a question on the 4-day. So on Sunday, when it gets close to noon, how is our miles calculated as far as, is it the last time we came across the start finish, or is it like 12 o'clock if we happen to be like halfway through the pink loop, Now, how are we calculating our final mileage?
I see I can see your wheels turning right now.
Yeah.
So here's what we've come up with. We don't have a way to measure partial loops.
Right.
So we think of the 4-day as loops, not miles.
Okay.
So you want to complete as many laps as you can. So this is where some strategy comes in.
Yeah.
If it's 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday and you've been doing 5-hour laps, well,
Yeah,
probably don't go back out.
Right.
But
Okay.
if you can crack one in under 3 hours, then get it on. We're
Okay.
going to be there for you to the end. So whatever you decide, we're going to support it.
Okay.
But the answer is we're not counting miles, we're counting laps.
Okay.
And this is another thing. The laps are not exactly 10 miles. They
Right.
could be a little more. The yellow loop's usually a little more, and the pink loop might even be a little short. So it will equal 20 miles if you do 2 loops, but they're not exactly 10 miles each.
I got you.
Hey, Joe, see you later. I think he popped off. Joe, we'll see you on the ranch, buddy. Okay. I love all these questions. It's important to me. It sounds it's important to you, and I appreciate all these questions. I've been going an hour. I got more time. You guys want to keep going? Okay.
We have a question.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Our question is, we're trying to turn off one. Sorry, trying to turn it off. Okay. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. Our question is propane fire pit.
Yes. Do it.
Can we have a propane fire pit?
Do it safely. It would make me feel really good if you went to Walmart and bought a $20 fire extinguisher and had it near your camp.
We will bring a fire extinguisher. Yes.
Awesome.
Our other question.
Wait. On that subject, what we cannot have is open fires on the ground, right?
Correct.
So if
Yes.
you
No ground fire.
don't make a campfire, that will get me out of there. They'll shut us down.
Okay.
Fire is a humongous concern. So a camp stove or a controlled propane heater, totally cool. But don't burn wood. You will see some wood fires at the aid station and at the main camp, but this is controlled with permission and permit. We have extinguishers, the whole thing. We have tools. We're ready to go if something gets weird. But don't do it at your personal camp, please.
Okay. Second question is, what was our second question? The 48-hour, or I'm sorry, the 100-mile race is a 42-hour cutoff. Is that right?
36.
It's 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. on Sunday. So what is that? 36 hours? 36 hours. That is a generous time. If you're new to 100 milers, this is the race for you. This is the place. You are going to hunt. You're going to finish. You got lots of time.
Don't freak out. Don't freak out. We are complete rookies. Don't freak
Don't freak out. You got it. You guys just walk the ups and shuffle the downs and just keep eating and drinking and bring a headlamp and just be ready to have a good time with a lot of fun friends. You're going to do it.
6 p.m. Friday to noon Sunday. We don't know how to do math. We thought that was 42 hours.
It's 42 hours.
42?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
You almost gave me a heart attack.
And there's no running water else. We bring our own water. Everyone brings their own water, like campsite area, right? There's no running water anywhere.
That's correct. There's no faucets.
Okay.
Of course, there'll be water at the aid stations, but in a moment, I'm going to tell you my top 10 things to bring to Born to Run. And one of those things is water. Bring your own personal water. We'll have water for you, but if I were you, I'd bring a gallon per person per day.
Thank you, Miles. Thank you, Miles.
Thank you.
42 hours, everybody's telling me. I'm getting private text messages right now.
Yeah,
You
42
scared.
hours.
I literally almost had a heart attack right now.
Yeah, leave it to the engineer to not know how to do basic math. So sorry, guys.
And then sorry, we already asked this on the thread, but confirmation because it's very confusing. It's $35 per person, regardless if they're in someone else's tent
Or car.
or car.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
you got it.
I think that was our last question. We have about like 6 kids under 5 showing up. So that's okay. As far as like,
Listen, we've decided that people under 14 do not pay that $35. So you bring those kids, no problem.
Okay.
But you guys, let me tell you something. I mean this serious. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just telling you the reality is, don't let them run around in the creek beds. There's snakes in there. It's not maybe there's snakes. There's snakes. And so just keep them cool. And if anybody sees a snake, a rattlesnake in the camp, come and find me. If you see a snake on the course, just go around it. Just leave it alone. Don't throw a rock at it. Don't squirt your water bottle at it. Everybody does that stuff. And then trouble. If you see a snake in the camp, come and get me and I will take care of that snake. Okay. So just watch the kids. Don't let them run around.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. And let me say this too, just as a disclaimer. So in the evenings at Born to Run around the main camp, it gets adult. So, that's another thing. If you have kids that don't want to see adult, they should probably stay at the camp, in there.
Oh, no, I listen to your podcast. I know it gets adult, but it also sounded like a daytime, as long as we can wrangle all together.
We're going to have a piñata. We're going to have some arts and crafts. We're going to have some kids stuff going on for sure. But around 4 o'clock, things get a little spicy.
Sounds good. We're okay with that.
Okay, good. You're going to have fun.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
Luis.
Yes.
Luis, I remember last year there was a massage table. Would there still be a massage table?
I don't know if she's showing up this year or not. I don't have that answer. There will be a physical therapist there. Dr. Sarah will be there providing physical therapy. So there's probably some massage involved with that. But a sports masseuse, I don't know that somebody's coming to do that.
Blister care person?
No. I've heard a rumor about tattoo artists. Yeah, Holly, yes, that's a big part of the deal. So if you want to get a tattoo under an oak tree on a ranch in Santa Barbara, California, we're going to make your dreams come true. So our friend Honest Bob will be there for the duration. If you want a tattoo, you need to go to him immediately because I think he might be booked already, but he'll squeeze you in somewhere. And he is like Born to Run themed tattoo art ready for you or whatever you want. I don't think he's doing big elaborate pieces, but he's definitely there. And a lot of people get tattoos there.
He's doing the, if you throw a dart blindfolded and you land on it, it's $80.
All right. So yeah, I think I saw that dartboard. So he's got like 10 designs and you throw a dart and then you get one and that's your tattoo. It doesn't have to be like that. You can go with a certain specific design, but if you just want rando, there you go. It's just one of the weird things that happens there. And you guys, I'm not even aware of all the things that happen there. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on that it's just happening. So a lot of this stuff is not official. It's just happening. Okay. Where were we? Any other questions? This is important to me. Lost and found. We don't have lost and found. We just have lost. So don't lose it. This is why it's a big deal for me, is because every year I getting all these emails and phone calls, and I lost my favorite jacket from the Boston Marathon, and I lost my phone, and I can't find my wedding ring. I don't know where that stuff is. I don't know. And we don't have a spot. It gets super chaotic and we just don't have lost and found. So don't bring anything that you don't want to lose. That's the solution. Don't bring your favorite Boston Marathon jacket and don't take your wedding ring off. I don't know where it's at. I don't know. So please don't ask me. And I'm not going to mail stuff back to you. Okay. Every single year I get those exact questions. Have you seen my phone, my wedding ring, my jacket? No, no, and no. First aid will be available at the main camp. We do not have blister care. The closest emergency medical facility is the hospital in Santa Ynez Cottage Hospital. We do have AED, and we do have a medical person available, but that is for emergency. We're not doing cuts and bruises and blister care. Rental deliveries. Some of you are renting trailers and motorhomes, and that's totally fine. They can come anytime after 12 p.m. on Tuesday, but they need to be picked up before 1 o'clock on Sunday. There's always a lot of trailer rentals, and it's totally fine. Most of these companies that you guys are talking with have delivered vehicles to the ranch before. They know how to get there. And if they don't, they can send me an email.
But they can't be occupied until Wednesday, correct?
Yeah, we don't want that to happen. This has to do with our agreement with the ranch. Again, I don't own the place. I just follow the rules that they give me. And the rules are fluid. Unfortunately, they change. And this is one of the things that changed this year.
That's it.
No, if I sit this happens.
So again, the event is cupless. Carry your own water bottles. We're going to give you a reusable cup. Please use it. There's no changing distance after the race has started. So if you're in the 30, you're in the 30. You can't do 20 and then say, hey, I want an award for a 20-mile finish. It's not really fair to everybody. So whatever distance you're in, that's your distance.
It's not like I looked on or anything, but I still had to Google like
Who's talking? Can you guys hear that lady?
It's Tony.
It's Tony's background.
All right, I just muted Tony. Okay. You want me to keep going? We're going along. Okay, let me roll through this.
Lewis.
Yeah.
I had a question actually. So speaking on race distances,
yes.
I'm signed up for I think it's 30 miles for like half day. I was wondering if I do 30 miles and I'm like, hey, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling spicy. Can I go out and do another lap? Like I know it probably won't be timed, it won't be recorded, but can I go out and do another lap just to see if I can do it or what?
The official answer is no. And that has to do, again, unfortunately, it's not just me making decisions, right? It's our insurance. It's our insurance. So you paid for this 30 and you're in the 30, you're registered in the 30, you're wearing a bib number for the 30, and now you're running 40. And then you get bit in the neck by a rattlesnake. Then what happens? Then it's like, well, what the hell is this guy doing out there? So I have to say no. I have to say no.
Uh-huh.
So do you understand what I just said?
Yeah, you said no. I understand what you said.
I have to say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand you're saying no to me, and that's okay. I'll have to run 30 miles. So
okay.
But thank you.
Okay. Okay. I hope you understood what I said. Where were we? Where the hell were we? Cupless event. Bib numbers must be worn on the front of your body at all times. It's on the back of your body that doesn't help us. We don't know all of your names, but we know your numbers. So wear the number visible on the front of your body. When you come rolling into the aid station, we can identify you. Don't wear it under your vest, under your jacket, on your back. Put it on your hat, put it on your shorts, put it somewhere where we can see it when you're coming at us. There's no dogs on the course. So you can bring your dog to the ranch as long as it's well behaved and if it can behave with cattle. If your dog gets loose and chases cows, that's a big, big problem. So keep your dog on a leash, keep your dog at your personal camp, and don't let him chase cows. And then please don't let him get bit by a snake. Drop bags are for the 4-day and the 3-day and the 100-milers. Let me tell you, you do not need a drop bag for this event. You don't need it. You're going to go buy your car every 10 miles. But if you want a drop bag, label it clearly with your name and your bib number and bring it to the main camp aid station and we'll transport it out onto the course. But we can't bring it back to you until the race is over on Sunday. Okay, so if you leave early and then you say, hey, go get my drop bag, we might not be able to do that. So I would suggest that you do not use a drop bag. And if you do, don't put anything in there of value. Okay. Pacers are cool for the 4-day, 3-day, and the 100-mile only. They can start with you at any time, but they need to be registered guests. All right. So this is where that $35 comes into play. They're welcome to be there. We want them to be there, but they need to sign up. Trekking poles are okay. No problem. Bring your sticks. Crewing and aiding out of your personal vehicle. Yes, yes, yes. That's the cool thing about Born to Run. It's a public cattle. It's a private cattle ranch. This is not a park. It's not a campground. It's not the Forest Service. It's a working cattle ranch. So there's cow stuff going on. If you don't like cows and you don't want to see ranching, don't come because it's a ranch. No vehicles on the course at all. Please don't drive on the race course. No bicycles on the race course. Nothing like that. Again, there's lots of poison oak out there. There's snakes out there. There's ticks out there. Just be aware of all of that stuff. Here's some cowboy advice with snakes. If you're going to move something that's on the ground, like maybe your sleeping bag or a log or your ice chest, and you're going to pick it up, pull it towards you. Don't push it away from you. Imagine if you push your ice chest away from you and there's a snake under there and you wake him up, he's going to jump up and bite you in the neck. So pull it towards you. So that way he is pointed away from you. Does that make any sense? I'm not trying to freak you guys out about snakes, but it's a reality. The cell reception is not good. Don't count on it. You can walk up to the top of the hill and there is I think there's some Verizon up there on the top of the hill. The veterans know the place. You'll see a bunch of people standing on the top of the hill. You can walk up there and talk on your phone. There's no running water. There's portable toilets, but with very limited toilet paper. Please take all your trash home with you. Don't leave a bag of trash. Leave no trace. Any questions about any of that? I'm going to wrap it up. 2 more minutes, I promise, and I'll be done. Can't believe you guys have sat through all of this. Top 12 things, the Luis Escobar list of things to bring to Born to Run. Cowboy hat. Please bring it and wear it. And if you don't have one, buy one from Brixton. He'll be there, and he's coming specifically to make these hats available to you. Bring a bundle of firewood to share to the main stage. A bundle of firewood. Don't bring scrap wood from the garage, plywood, old 2x4s, junky old wood. Do not bring that. Bring a bundle of firewood. You can buy it at the gas station for $7. Bring it. You'll see a big stack of firewood. Bring it and throw it right there. We'll have a campfire at the main camp with the wood that you bring. Bring your waiver printed and signed. Bring $10 per person per day. Bring a gallon of water per person per day. Bring, obviously, your running specific hydration vest and gear, water bottles, shoes, all of that. Bring toilet paper. Bring a first aid kit for your personal use. you really want to get on with the ladies at the runner check-in, bring them a bottle of Pinot Noir or GSM, very specific. But don't bring them any Merlot. They want Pinot and GSM. You drop a bottle of wine at that runner check-in table and everyone's going to love you. Bring a flag that represents you, your country, your home state, your school, your running club. You're going to donate this flag. One of the hallmarks of Born to Run are all these flags that we have all around the camp. It's really cool. Every one of those flags has a story. When you come to Born to Run and you see all those flags, I didn't buy those. People brought those, and every one of them came with love, and they donate them. And every single year we fly all of those flags. Bring one and share it with us. We'll even have.
Is Graham coming this year? Do you know?
I don't think so.
Oh man.
We will have an opportunity if you want to get up and tell us the story of your flag. It's a really cool part of Born to Run. The final and most important thing of everything I've said for the last hour and a half is come with an open mind and an open heart and be kind. And that's what Born to Run is all about. It's just a bunch of nice people running around and being kind of silly for 3 or 4 days. That's what Born to Run's about. Be kind. That's it. That's all I got to say. I'm here. I'll answer questions. I'm ready to do it. Any questions?
Yay.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you for being here. The fact that you're here tells me that this is important to you. This event is the most important event to me of the year. And I go to a lot of events. I'm sitting in a barn right now in Pittsfield, Vermont. We're hosting a race. A 100-mile race is happening right now. And we're starting a 50 and a 50K and a 10-miler early tomorrow morning. It's 10 o'clock p.m. here in Pittsfield. I'm telling you that just to say that the most important event that I'm involved with is the Born to Run Ultra Marathon. And it's important and it's awesome because awesome people like you show up every single year. That's it. That's all I got to say. I'll hang out here and answer questions. I'm ready. If not, you guys can check out and I'll look forward to seeing you next week in Los Olivos. I'll be there.
See you there, Brad.
See you Wednesday.
See you soon.
All right, everybody. Thank you.
I wanted to know if Ashley was on this call. If there's Ashley on this call, stay behind. But if not,
this is Brad. Call later.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, sorry, I was very late.
We talked about you the whole time.
Right?
Oh,
That's what you get, Brad.
What's that?
That's what you get for being late.
Well, you know, I'm better late than never. Just
Yeah.
call.
I'll see you Monday though, probably, right? Going to Cap Tap Monday?
No, I'm gonna try to be good and packed.
All right, I'll see you on the ranch.
All right, see you there.
I'm going to stop the recording now. Thank you, everybody. See you soon.
See you soon, Lewis.
All right, Brad. See you. Thanks, guys.